You're going to like the sky. You may not like the tip. The victim, also identified as R.
Well, a possible break today in the search for two killers. Plus, taking another live look outside on this Tuesday, Doug Hill will be back with his full forecast
on more than one occasion, but officials say she never completed the therapy. White House health officials' word now is that after the woman arrived in Chicago, she traveled to Missouri and Tennessee. Now, authorities in all three states are working to find out who she had contact with and notify them, as well as the passengers on her flight from India. Catching tuberculosis requires close contact, but it can be spread through the air.
Kappa Delta Rho. James Vivizino claims suspects are shot.
A police officer opening fire on armed suspects. Learn how the case all started in Baltimore the night before.
Plus, security scares on the Hill this afternoon. What forced evacuations from some very important buildings.
And more testimony today in the...
I can show you some video.
Here we go. Forced evacuations from some very important buildings.
And more testimony today in the Jesse Matthew trial for sex assault charges. Why a prosecutor believes the trial could end sooner than expected. Lots of stuff to talk about tonight, but let's begin now with a confusing and scary day on the Hill. U.S. Capitol Police and the Secret Service responded to bomb threats at the Dirksen Senate Office Building and the White House press briefing room.
Pretty chaotic for a time there. Our Jonathan Elias joins us now. The White House press corps was allowed back into the White House actually not that long ago. So it just wrapped up.
It did just wrap up. There were some scares, and now there's a lot of questions after the fact. Now, they were allowed back into the press briefing after an hour and a half of searching, but just after about 2 o'clock this afternoon, right in the middle of a televised press briefing, Secret Service agents walked right into the press room and ordered everybody out. They were responding to a call that said that there was a threat. Reporters picked up all their gear and they got out of the room. In the meantime, Capitol Police and Secret Service did a thorough search of the room. They even included some bomb-sniffing dogs. And for a while, we actually could sit back and watch that search go on because networks have lockdown cameras in the room. Those cameras, though, at some point, were tilted up so we could not see what was happening inside the press room. But it was about an hour of searching. The green light was given, the all clear, and all the reporters came back in.
Fortunately, here at the White House, the Secret Service maintains the resources that are necessary to quickly make the room safe and make sure that it's safe for all of us. And they did that quickly, and now we're ready to restart.
The first question that was asked by a lot of reporters was, why was the first family not evacuated? And Josh Earnest said that the only room evacuated is the press briefing room and that no one else was affected by this. Again, there were a lot of questions of why, if we were evacuated, why wasn't the first family? Now, just a few hours earlier, there was also a threat of the Dirksen Senate building. That building was also evacuated. It was searched. The only thing that was reported after the search was a lunch cooler that somebody apparently left behind. Other than that, no devices or threats were found. But again, a lot of people saying, if the reporters are taking to safety, why wouldn't you get the first family out as well?
And the thoughts about whether or not the two events are connected.
There is some question that maybe they are connected. Stuff we're looking into, we'll let you know.
Well, speaking of connections, we just made one here, folks. I need to explain this is not just some anonymous faces just showing up here at the crew here. We'll welcome Jeff and Elias now to our team. Newest member here will be sitting here on the anchor desk here, and also News Channel 8 as well. Glad to have you aboard.
Looking forward to it.
And you're joining us from Boston.
I am, and after the winter we've had in Boston, I know a lot of people are looking for the exit there. So after 8.5 feet of snow, I dug my way out and made my way here to D.C. In fact, I was born at George Washington Hospital.
Oh, yeah.
My dad was here in D.C. working, and so then we shipped out when I was 4 months old, so I don't remember much about it. I'm looking forward to reconnecting.
In fact, you should have been here about 2 months ago, but you just getting out of the snow.
I got here as quick as I could. Trust me, I would have liked to have been here in September. You know?
Great to have you with us.
Nice being here. Thank you very much.
We will see you in a bit. All right?
All right. Well, moving on now to the weather.
Well, let's talk about it right now. Weather great today. No complaints today.
I'm really happy for you, John.
Complain about all this.
Love you.
Messy storms all day.
Congratulations.
Last night was pretty crazy, but Chief Meteorologist Doug Hill is here with a look at what's ahead for tonight. Any repeat of that, Doug?
No way. The cold front's coming through over the next couple of hours, but the air is pretty dry. All the action, the storm